What's going on, guys? My name is Ebzy, and this is a guide in 120 seconds to all the mechanics you will need to know on how to beat Aksis Part 2. Part 2 of the Aksis encounter employs most of the same mechanics as Part 1. Your fire team will still need to be broken up into teams of 2. Make it easier on yourself by keeping the same teams, lanes, and roles. Instead of dregs spawning once the encounter has been initiated, shanks will spawn instead. Kill the shanks and eventually a shielded captain will spawn. Kill the captain too. The cannon holder will again pick up the cannon and go kill their respective servitor. The Siva charge thrower will again stay in their lane and wait for the servitor to be killed. This time, instead of throwing the charge at one of the diamonds, the charge needs to be thrown at Aksis. Note, all 3 charges do not have to be thrown at the same time. Around the time the captains spawn, 3 random members of your fire team will get a buff called Empowered. Your fire team will need to communicate who is empowered. There needs to be someone empowered on each lane. Once Aksis' shields are down, he will start to randomly teleport to one of 4 spots on the map. There are 2 teleport spots in mid lane, one at the bottom of the stairs and the other on the fiery platform for the servitor. There is only 1 teleport spot on both the right and left lanes. The person who is empowered in the mid lane will be responsible for both teleport spots. The right and the left empowered person will just cover their 1 spot. When Aksis teleports to one of the spots, he will reveal a red exposed area. The empowered person will jump on top of Aksis to the exposed area and hold X or square to stun him. After each stun on Aksis, the empowered buff will be randomly redistributed, so you will have to communicate and move accordingly to cover the teleport spots. This is very important and probably the hardest part of the encounter. One thing to note is that Aksis will not teleport to the same spot consecutively. Once the empowered person stuns Aksis, you will enter a DPS phase. Do as much damage as you can. Aksis will teleport 3 times total. Each time he needs to be stunned, and each time he is stunned, he will be stunned for longer. So after the 3rd stun, you will have the longest DPS time. Make sure to use the remaining cannon shots to deal massive damage. It is important to note that in order to get the most DPS out of the cannons, you will want to hold down the charge for 4-ish seconds. After the 3rd stun and the DPS phase, Aksis will teleport back to his main platform. He will then trigger an insta-wipe mechanic. To avoid this, your fire team should run and jump to one of the glowing platforms in the back of the map. You can only use 1 platform 1 time, so since there are 4 platforms, you have a total of 5 damage cycles to kill Aksis. When his health gets around 5%, he will teleport back to his main platform and start to trigger the insta-wipe mechanic. This insta-wipe will take a little longer to trigger, and it is during this time your fire team will have its last chance to kill Aksis. DPS the shit out of him. Keep your communication on point and Aksis will go down in no time.